Good morning guys and welcome to today's video where I'm looking at the Edexcel A-Level Maths Pure Specimen Paper 2017 series. Okay, right guys, this video was recorded on Tuesday the 10th of August 2021 and this is the PDF guys for the past paper for you to have a look at. Okay, and obviously try the paper actually, but in today's video I'm looking at specifically question 1, question 3, question 4 and question 5. Calculators are allowed and it's a 2-hour paper and it's looking at the pure math section only. So this is the full A-level paper for the pure section. Okay, so this is what typically a year 13 student would sit at the end of the 2-year course for A-level maths. So it's not AS or A2, so it's the full A-level paper. Right guys, if you found this video useful, please at the end press the subscribe button, drop the video a like, also press the bell icon so you don't miss out on further videos and further uploads, and feel free to obviously share the video actually and tell your friends and family or anyone that is doing their GCSEs or A-levels, okay, that might find my channel or videos useful. Okay, right guys, okay, before I start guys, obviously it is A-level results day today, so congratulations for those of you that are that have got your results. I hope you are happy with them and I hope it takes you to the next stage of your progression. If it hasn't gone well today, then obviously I'm genuinely actually sorry, and my advice would be is to try your best on looking at alternatives plans in terms of what career you want to do or what university you want to do actually. So feel free to obviously like talk to your teachers and your family and your parents about possible options about what you could do actually. But unfortunately everything in life, it doesn't always work out guys. Okay, so I'm sorry for like those that didn't go so well today, and obviously good luck for those of you getting your GCSE results this Thursday as well. Okay. Right, guys. Okay, so question number 1 says answer all the questions. Write your answers in the spaces provided. The curve C has the equation y equals 3x to the 4 minus 8x cubed minus 3. Part AI, find dy by dx. Now, differentiating this dy by dx. Okay, so differentiating 3x to the 4. So the power comes down as a multiplier. So it's 3 times 4, which is 12. And then it's x, and then the power comes down by 1. So it's going to be 3. So 4 take away 1 is 3. And then differentiating ax cubed, the 3 comes down as a multiplier. So it's minus 24x squared. Okay, so that's my answer for dy by dx. AII, find the second derivative, so d2y by dx squared. Okay, so differentiating that again, guys, I'm going to get 36x squared. Subtract 48x, guys. Okay, so it's differentiating the dy by dx. Okay, so so the 3 comes down as a multiplier. 12 times 3 is 36. The power goes down by 1. So it's going to be x squared. Differentiating minus 24x squared. The power comes down as a multiplier. 24 times 2 is 48, so it's minus 48x. Right guys, part B, verify that C has a stationary point when x equals 2. So this is true, yeah, when dy by dx is equal to 0. So we have what we call a stationary point or a turning point when dy by dx is equal to 0. So solving this top equation, 12x cubed subtract 24x squared is equal to 0. Okay, solving this by factorizing it. Okay, I'm going to take out 12x squared as a factor. Okay, and then I'm going to have brackets x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, and then solving this equation, guys. So x equals 0 or x equals 2. Okay, so we have shown that there is a stationary point at x equals 2 as required for part B. So whenever it says the words stationary point or turning point, that is when you set dy by dx equal to 0, and then you would solve your expression, okay, or your equation essentially. Okay, so solving it there. Okay, right guys, so part C, so it says determine the nature of the stationary point, giving your reason for your answer. So this is where I'm going to substitute in x equals 2 into the second derivative. So sub x equals 2 into into d2y by dx squared. Okay, so I'm going to have 36 bracket 2 squared subtract 48 times 2. Now 48 times 2 is 96. Okay, doing this. 2 squared is 4. 36 times 4. Okay, so doing this on my calculator. So 36 times 4, guys. Is 144. 144 subtract 96 is bigger than 0. Now that implies that we have a minimum point. Okay, so 144 minus 96, that is greater than 0, so we have a minimum point. Now a minimum point occurs when d2y by dx squared is bigger than 0, and a maximum point occurs when d2y by dx squared is less than 0. Okay, so minimum point. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, guys, for question number 1. Right, guys, question number 3. Okay, so a circle has the equation x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 10y equals k, where k is a constant. Find the coordinates of the center C. Now, completing the square on this, so making it so we have x squared subtract 4x plus y squared plus 10y is equal to 10. Sorry, plus 10y equals k, sorry, not 10. Completing the square on this, I'm going to get x minus 2 all squared. So remember, it is half the coefficient of x. Okay, subtract the 4 at the end, so it's minus the square of the answer. Okay, plus y plus 5 all squared subtract 25 is equal to k. Okay, rearranging this, I'm going to get x subtract 2 all squared plus y plus 5 all squared is equal to k plus 29. So bringing the minus 4 and the minus 25 over to the right hand side. Okay, so that is my answer there, okay, for the completing the square. Now find the coordinates for the center. So the coordinates of the center are going to be 2, -5. So it's always the opposite signs in the first half of the circle equation. So the opposite of -2 is +2, and the opposite of +5 is -5. So it's x minus 2 all squared plus y plus 5 all squared is equal to k plus 25. Now, part B says, find the range of possible values for k. Now, this is true, yeah, when k plus 25 is bigger than 0. And the reason it has to be bigger than 0 is because the equation of the circle has to equal r squared. So when I take the square root of r squared, okay, that means it has to be a positive real root. So when I solve the numbers, so it can't be equal to like a negative number on the right hand side here. So this is only true if and only if k is strictly greater than -25. Okay, when k is 26, then on the right hand side I'm going to get equal to 1, okay, which it makes sense because the radius can equal 1 or more. Okay, but the radius can't equal, for example, a -1 because I can't take the square root of a negative number because it is in the form x plus a all squared plus y plus b all squared equals r squared, where r squared it is the radius squared actually. So when I square the number, I should be able to take the square root of that number, okay, and that's only true if the square root is strictly bigger than bigger than a negative number, okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so it has to always be equal to r squared. Okay, and when I take the square root of r squared, I'm going to get r essentially. Okay, so that is my answer for question B. Right, guys, question number 4. Given that a is a positive constant and show that a equals log k, where k is a constant to be found. So this integral here equals log 7. Now, integrating this, guys, what I'm going to do is split up this fraction. So I have t over t plus 1 over t, okay, dt from t equals a to 2a. Okay, and the answer to that is log 7. Okay, so integrating this, guys, t over t is going to be 1, so 1 over t dt from a, so from a and 2a, guys. Okay, so integrating 1 becomes t. Integrating 1 over t goes to the natural log t. Okay, and that's between, okay, 2a and a. Okay, and this is going to be equal to log 7. Okay, so this whole part here is going to be equal to log 7 when I sub in a. Now, subbing in a, I'm going to get 2a plus log of 2a. So it's the top limit subtract the bottom limit. Sorry. Sorry. Subtract log, minus a minus log of a. And that's equal to log 7. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, guys. So collecting like terms, I'm going to get 2a minus a, which is a. Sorry. I got a bit of a cough there, guys. I apologize. Sorry. Log 2a subtract log a. Well, that is going to be division of logs, which is going to be log of 2a over a, which is just going to be 2. And that's equal to log 7, guys. So hopefully that makes sense so far. Rearranging to make a the subject, I'm going to subtract log 2 on both sides. So log 7 minus log 2 is equal to a. And then when I subtract things with the same natural log bases, I'm going to get that a is equal to log of 7 over 2. So k equals 7 over 2, guys. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So what I did here was, it was substituting the top limit, subtract the bottom limit. So that's my top limit, subtract the bottom limit. Okay, it should be a plus there, sorry, actually, yeah. So 2a subtract 1a is just 1a. Log 2a subtract log a, well, that's going to be log 2a divided by a, because when I subtract, it is a division of the numbers inside. 2a divided by a becomes just log 2, or just 2. So I get a plus natural log 2 equals natural log 7. Subtract natural log 2 on both sides. A equals natural log 7, subtract natural log 2. And therefore that implies that a equals natural log of 7 over 2, which is natural log 3.5 or 3.5. Okay, so 3.5 or 3.5. Okay, so my answer would be a equals natural log of 3.5, guys. Because it is asking for it in the form a equals log k, where k is a constant to be found. So yeah, so I've given what k is, and I've expressed the answer in that form. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, that makes sense. Right, guys, question 5. So it is the last question for like today's video, and then I'm going to do more questions in like a separate video. A curve C has parametric equations: x equals 2t minus 1, y equals 4t minus 7 plus 3t to the minus 1, actually, because it is 3 over t, guys. Okay, sorry, I forgot to put the minus 1 there. Okay, so part A, show that the Cartesian equation of the curve C can be written in the form y equals 2x squared plus ax plus b, all divided by x plus 1, okay, where x can't equal 1, okay, because yeah, it is obviously it's not actually possible to divide by 0, where a and b are to be determined. Right, so it's rearranging equation 1. So rearranging x equals 2t minus 1, actually, to make t the subject, and then substitute it into the second equation to work out an equation for x in terms of y. So x plus 1 over 2 is equal to t. Okay, subbing that into that equation, so what I'm going to get is y equals 4 lots of x plus 1 over 2, subtract 7, plus 3 divided by x plus 1 over 2. Okay, so simplifying this, guys, what I'm going to get is y equals, so that is going to become 2x plus 1 plus 2, sorry, subtract 7 plus, so working this out, I'm going to get 6 over x plus 1. Okay, so simplifying this, guys, okay, 2 minus 7 is minus 5, so 2 subtract 5 plus 6 over x plus 1. Okay, so simplifying this, guys, so I'm going to get 2x minus 5, okay, times x plus 1 plus 6 all over x plus 1. Okay, so hopefully you were able to actually follow me there. Okay, so it's 3t to the minus 1. Remember that t to the minus 1 means 1 over t. Okay, so expanding this and simplifying it, I'm going to get y is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 1, all divided by, so this is all divided by x plus 1. Okay, where a would be equal to negative 3 and b would be equal to positive 1. So that is a bracket there, sorry. Okay, so a would be equal to negative 3 and b would be equal to negative 1, guys. So it is just to actually summarize on this question, guys. So what I did was rearrange the x equation to make t the subject. I then substituted that into the y equation to find an equation for y in terms of x, because it's saying to us y equals 2x squared plus ax plus b all over x plus 1. So subbing that in there and obviously like rearranging it. So remember that here I've got a fraction here, so that flips. So dividing by x plus 1 over 2 is same as multiplying by 2 over x plus 1. 3 times 2 is 6, so I get 6 over x plus 1. Okay, and then here it is 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So 2 lots of x plus 1 is 2x plus 2. Subtract the 7 plus the 6 over x plus 1. And then what I did was write this as a common denominator over x plus 1. Okay, and then got my quadratic, which I then expanded and simplified and collected like terms on the top. And I get the answer of y equals 2x squared, subtract 3x plus 1, all divided by x plus 1, guys. Okay, so that is the answer for question 5. Okay.